audience today. Based on wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you for joining us today. We have launched a new podcast, a new live show called the Creative Business Spotlight Series, where we will be interviewing different business specialists. And today we have a very, very vast experienced professional in the space of e-commerce, web development, and mobile app. His name is Chuck Eo, and he is the founder and UX specialist at XN Interactive. And in our conversation today, we will be uncovering actionable insights on creative e-commerce solutions. So stay with us and let's hear from Chuck. Chuck, over to you.
Thank you, Amit. Hello, everyone. Very excited to be here. Here at Interactive, we are actually helping businesses transform digitally through e-commerce solution. And today, I'll be sharing some key strategies and actionable insights where you can use to actually help improve your online store, as well as mobile app and website too.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. And before we really go deeper into the session today, I must say that for those of you who are joining us live today, we have a very special offer, but you have to stay till the end, and it's just 30-minute session to really get that avail that offer where you will be able to really get a high level, very bespoke consultation on how you can leverage on the power of e-commerce solutions, whether you have an existing store or you're looking at starting one after getting inspired from this session. So let's dig deeper straight away without wasting any time. So so Chuck, please share with us the why of starting XN Interactive and what mission do you guys are on?
Previously, my role many years ago, yeah, prehistoric days, basically, I was actually doing more on design. At a certain point in my life, I actually transited into technology. So I find that this is this joint between design and technology, which is actually very crucial, for the design to actually work with technology, which is why Extend Interactive is formed, the bridge between the design and technology. And that's also basically in our key slogan as well, which is delivering experiences through design and technology. And that's built into our core value. And that's the key reason why we want to start Extend Interactive. The other reason is we find that a lot of times customers are using off-the-shelf solutions, and when asked, by the client, certain vendors are not able to dive deep into those customized, those off-the-shelf solution and provide the exact business logic that the customer want. Right. So we're here to actually help solve that issue as well, to give you exactly the feature that you want, whether it's a custom solution or modifying the existing off-the-shelf solution. That's the core reason why X Interactive is started.
Wow. In fact, that's amazing. Being a business coach at Motivus Coaching and Consulting, I've seen my clients and other business owners really struggle when the design and technology have been handled by two different specialists or two different experts or two different companies because there's always that difficulty in aligning two different bodies. So I think this is absolute a need of the time when one specialist company is really helping any client from end to end, starting from design to development. And that's great, Chuck. I think this is more motivating for me as well to look into how things really unfold. So my next question to you is, how does Ixen Interactive create value for its clients?
Well, let's talk about some of our core services first. So we have three core services, one of them being e-commerce solution. So we help customers to build a robust e-commerce solution to enhance shopping experiences and to drive sales, basically improve sales, right? Second core business is mobile app development, where
Mhm.
we build a functional and engaging mobile application for both platforms, iOS as well as Android. Now, there's a way to actually build all three, like the websites, the iOS platform, and the Android platform with a very cost-effective solution. So we don't have to build three separate platforms. We just build one single platform that can be used on all three, right? Whether it's your website, your iOS, or your Android. So that actually helps customer save costs. Third, our core development, as mentioned previously, is web development. So we create custom responsive and user-friendly website from concept to launch. There's this one core service that's not that we don't sell directly. That's UI and UX design. So this service is actually not standalone, but it's so important that it's actually embedded into all of three core services that I mentioned previously. So that's UI and UX. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And with that, I would like to just share with our participants, our audience today, that should you have any questions, please feel free to uh, put it in the comments box, and our team will pick it up, and we will try to answer most of them, if not all. And if there is anything that's left, we will follow up through emails or maybe WhatsApp chats. But we will help you with that as well. So the moving on to the next question is about some of the common pain points. We see so many business owners now getting on the e-commerce platform to really leverage on the immense and finite potential of e-commerce. But what are some of the pain points does XN Interactive address for its clients specifically in the space of e-commerce solutions? Chuck.
Right. So, I mean, I've been in the web development business or the software development business for over 30 years, and I've seen many pain points by customers along the way. So I just share some of the common ones specifically regarding e-commerce. One of them being inventory. So a lot of times, when you have different marketplaces like Lazada, Shopee, and Amazon, and then perhaps maybe you have your own online store as well. There's a disjoint between your inventory, numbers as well as those on the different marketplaces, and even maybe on your website as well. And it's important to have the numbers as accurate as possible. Otherwise, you result to overselling, meaning you commit more than you can sell, and that will lead to customer dissatisfaction, right? Or underselling, which basically means that you lose business opportunity. So that's one of the pain point. So to resolve this issue, one of the solutions is basically to integrate your inventory system directly with all these different marketplaces, as well as your own online e-commerce store. That way, the numbers are actually up to date. You don't oversell, you don't undersell. Uh, the other
Wow.
pain point that I can think of is basically the high development costs. Previously, I mentioned, right, you have your website to build, you have your iOS app, and then you have your Android app. So that's three different costs altogether. So here at X Interactive, we address this issue by having a single development solution that will cover all these three platforms, your iOS, your Android, as well as your website. This not only helps in the development time, it actually helps with maintenance as well, meaning you just have to update one piece of information, and your iOS and Android as well as website information will all be updated. That actually helps you save development time and as well as maintenance costs. So these are just some of the common pain points that is very common among the e-commerce space.
Wow, in fact, that's great to know because even with my own experience, I see that if I'm shopping online, a specific product gets really out of stock, it shows out of stock, and then 1 hour later you look into it and it's again showing in stock with different prices. Anything that you would like to share? Why does that happen?
Well, that's probably because they've been managing these prices and this inventory on the different marketplaces individually, as well as on the website separately as well. So that's one of the pain points. If you have a physical store, sometimes that makes it worse because then your promotion that you're running online could be different from the promotion that you're running on your online store. Sometimes you might want some of those promotion to be similar. So obviously having a single platform that controls your physical store, your online store, and all your marketplaces would be an ideal scenario. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
So another pain point is when you have to chat with all your customers on the three different platforms. Can we imagine you going to Lazada and chatting with some of your customers, and then some of your other, your customer service agents are actually chatting them on other platforms? So it's probably better to have all this chat in a centralized platform where you can chat with all these various customers, and you know from the platform where these customers are coming from, whether your online store, whether it's from Lazada or Shopee, and then respond to them in that same single platform. That way, you don't have to manage so many platforms and cause confusion. Yeah, so that's another pain point that they have. So having a consolidated platform is a solution to resolve this pain point. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. In fact, listening to all this tells me that you definitely have a bespoke approach for each company and an end-to-end solution that you can provide. That's really amazing. That's great. So next, what I was thinking of. is if our audience who are spending their time today, if they could get some actionable insights that they can straight away carry on and start deploying, applying, and leveraging on those actionable insights. So, based on that, what are some of the tips you can provide for an e-commerce store for the owners?
Right, right. So I guess that's very important for our audience here today. So today I would like to share some actionable insight with regards to three core topics. Number one, business revenue. Number two, user experience. And lastly, the technical performance of an e-commerce store. So how can we actually improve on these three areas? Yeah.
Wow, perfect. So why don't we start with the performance first? And so do share with us some ways you can help to improve the performance of an e-commerce store, because that's something which is very, very important for our audience.
Yes, definitely. So Dixon can help actually improve the performance of an e-commerce store. And speed is critical, right, for any user experience and for conversion as well, especially in the mobile space. Now that online shopping is, very common on a mobile, so much so more than the desktop. And internet speed is actually much slower on the mobile. So it's very important to enhance performance for the mobile. Now, if it's working well for the mobile, definitely be faster on the desktop. So one of the ways we can do is to actually to load only the images that are visible on the mobile phone when the site loads, right? So when you launch your e-commerce app, you have a lot of images. Those are what we call above the fold, meaning what you can see on the mobile device, and those below the fold where you can't see until you scroll. So there's really no reason to load those images that you can't see, right? That way you only load the image that you can see, and the page loads much faster. Of course, the information below you can still load because those are still crucial for your SEO. The text information still needs to be cropped, but certainly images that is not visible, there's really no real reason to load them. It's important to do so that the customer feels that your site loads much faster. Not only that, site speed actually has to do with your search ranking as well. So if you want to rank better on Google and any other search engine, it's crucial that your load speed is actually fast. So that's one of the way to actually increase your performance. Yeah. Secondly, you can actually try to also optimize the images. Now, this is easier said than done. Sometimes, I've seen a lot of images online that are huge, right? Much more than what is actually shown on your mobile device. Now, just to give you an example, maybe, if you're uploading one images and it's say, for example, 800 KB or, of a certain size, just by compressing it, sometimes the image can be actually 50% lower, which means 400K instead of 800K. And that's actually a 50% reduction without losing much designed, what do you call it, much quality of the image. So definitely you want to do that so that loading speed, again, it's much faster compared to that. So load only the images that is visible, load the rest later as they scroll. The second, optimize all your image. Yeah, that's how you can actually improve performance.
Wow, I love it. That's fantastic. And I see some questions coming from our audience, and we will definitely please stay tuned. We are going to answer them all, and towards the later part of the session, and you will also have a very special gift for your website. So stay tuned. My next question to Chuck is, how can e-commerce platforms provide a better mobile shopping experience? Because everyone is spending time on mobile, 7 to 8 hours a day. That's the statistics, right?
Yeah, definitely. To increase the user experience for your target audience on mobile, it's you can actually do what we call push notification, right? So if you are just having a normal website, all you can do is basically just send them an email, right, and wait for them to reply. But with a push notification, you get a chime down your mobile device, and the user tend to want to react to those. That's a quicker way to actually reach out to the customer and give them a better user experience. Now, this notification can be used for several purposes. One being perhaps your promotion that will help drive sales. Any order updates, which obviously me as a customer want to know, is my item on the way? Has it been delivered? Right? And reminders for any cart abandonment, meaning things I placed in my cart, perhaps I forgot about them. You may want to send me a reminder and say, hey, you left something in the cart. Would you like to check out? Now, these notifications that you send through mobile devices are more immediate compared to email. And this help customer engage, keep them engaged, and also help drive sales. So that's one. Enable your push notification. The other way to actually, better the user experience is to make your site more trustworthy and credible, obviously. So most customers or most shoppers will agree that if you have a marketplace store like Lazada and Shopee, and you have your own online store, on your own website, they usually would not mind buying from either one, right? So they're okay with buying from both. But if you do have a online store on top of your marketplace, you will probably be deemed more credible because on top of Shopee and Lazada, you actually have an online store. So by providing better trust and credibility by having your own online store, that also helps improve your user experience because the customers trust you more. Therefore, they actually feel at ease buying things from you on online store. So I think these are the two ways you can actually help improve the mobile
Yeah,
experience.
in fact, some of my clients who are on e-commerce business, they have ensured that they have their own website to ensure that there is better credibility. And funny enough, I wanted to share that once in a while, suddenly in a quiet room, my wife's phone sounds "Shopee," and I get really scared. And but then that's like the voice push notification, and I always ask my wife, "What is this?" And she says, this is basically reminding me to go on Shopee and start shopping. And I'm like, okay, go do it, do whatever you want. So that's how push notifications are very creative these days, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And you can react to it immediately. Rather than receiving your email, you might not read your email till much later. If you send a push notification and say, hey, buy one, get one free, that's like, oh, okay, I got to do it right now, right? Because you buy one, you get one free. You tap on it. Not only it launches the mobile app, it goes straight into that particular promotion, right? For that
Exactly.
push notification. So that's help. But one reminder is that do not overdo it because if you keep sending push notification every now and then, just like an email user can actually unsubscribe or turn off the push notification. So be mindful about your push notification. Only send what's crucial and what's of value to the customers as well. That way, customers do not turn off your push notifications.
Wow, yeah. In fact, it does help in creating a top of mind recall and ensuring that timely sales are done, but then overdoing can really kill the reputation of your business as well. So that's like a gold mine of information, Chuck. Thanks for sharing. I hope our audience is enjoying this part. Now, of course, comes the revenue, the money, the dollars, and let's understand a little bit more from you around that area. So, what strategies can Nixon Interactive, led by you, would recommend to increase recurring sales and customer loyalty? Because once that is done, even customer loyalty, when that's built, it starts to give repeat sales, referral sales, and even they spend more. So, what strategy would you have for our audience today?
Yeah, definitely. Like what you suggest and said earlier on, running a loyalty program definitely is one of the key strategy, right? First, you gotta offer certain rewards points. So if you do offer reward points and redemption, customers are more likely to return to you and utilize those points. So definitely do consider having a loyalty program to actually increase your revenue. That's definitely one of the strategy. By doing that, you actually encourage them to return and thereby increasing their lifetime value, right, of that particular customer. The other thing you could do is actually do what we call cross-selling and upselling, right? So there's what's the difference between cross-selling and upselling? Cross-selling is basically when you buy certain items, you actually try to sell them other related items. For example, let's say you were to purchase a wallet. Maybe you can cross-sell and recommend to them certain belts or shoes that goes well with the style of that wallet. So that's cross-selling. That way you can actually get more out of that checkout process, right? And upselling is like upsizing your McDonald's, right? So if you order, a normal size, would you upsize to a larger one? So in terms of e-commerce, it's like asking them, hey, you are buying a wallet, but look, by spending maybe $15 more, you get this wallet that's of a better material or better quality. Would you like to upsize? Would you like to, upgrade to this version? So by doing cross-selling as well as upselling, you actually can help. You can actually squeeze more revenue of those checkouts.
Wow.
Lastly, yep. So lastly, the other thing you could do is maybe do simple strategies like ending prices with a 99 cents. That is a very common marketing strategy, right? Now, 599 definitely sounds much lower than $600, isn't it? Even though it's just a dollar away. So by having a 99-cent strategy, and that's one of the way to actually make a product look as if they are much lower. So Other offerings such as buy one get one free, or any kind of mix and match where you buy certain things and you get other items free, are also effective tools in driving sales. Now, speaking of which, I mean, we have an exclusive offer just for the audience today. So, that's
Yes.
part of the marketing strategy as well. So, I would like to talk a little bit more about that. Okay, great. So, I'll be among the first 10 attendees, right? If you use this promo code that you see on the screen, that's CBS ICSN 2024. And you receive a free 60 minutes consultation analysis of your e-commerce store, website, or mobile app, right? The consultation is worth $500, and that will be on us. We will let you know now in this consultation, right? We will let you know the strength and weaknesses of your platform, meaning your website, your mobile app, or your online store. And we will recommend actionable steps that you can take to address those weaknesses. So it's going to be an analysis, and at the end of the day, there's going to be a report to tell you these are the strengths, these are the weaknesses, and for those weaknesses, what can you do, right? And you can take this actionable insights, pass it to your vendor, pass it to us, and get them fixed. Okay, so all you have to do is just scan the QR code on the screen and to secure a spot right now. Once you scan the QR code, you'll see a form. Just fill out particulars and submit that to us. Alternatively, you can also email us at hello@ixon-interactive.com with the promo code in the email subject. So don't miss out on this limited opportunity to boost your digital presence, and make sure to use promo code. Thank you.
So while you're scanning this QR code and really going on to be one of the top 10, because it's only limited to the 10 people, I just wanted to also make it simpler about the specific code that you have for this free personalized, customized session that you will have the offer. The code is called CBS, which means Creative Business Spotlight, followed by XN, which is the name of the company that Chuck founded, IXEN, followed by 2024, the year that we are living in right now. So CBS XN 2024 is the code that you can actually put in the email subject line, or when you are reaching out to us, you can use that, and Chuck will ensure that you get this offer for free for your team. So while some of us are still taking the picture or scanning the QR code, I wanted to also share that Amazon as early in 2014, they did announce that almost 40% of their revenue comes from upselling and cross-selling. So that's how huge is the potential of upselling and cross-selling that Chuck just mentioned. And also about the 99 kind of the pricing before $1 before the 100 is also very effective pricing. Of course, it sounds like very salesy, but then, with my experience, I would say that whenever I go shopping with my wife, and she will always look at the price, and if it is like 599, she would say, "Oh, it's $500. Let's buy." And then I have to remind her, because I'm a business coach. I understand this, and I have to remind her it's almost $600. Let's go buy.
Definitely, definitely. Even 599 compared to say 620, it sounds a lot more, right? $620 or even $610 versus 599. So definitely that's a good strategy to apply there.
Exactly. So, Chuck, I know we have limited time left, so I would really want to catch hold of you and still get some tips and tricks for our audience today. So, can you share with us some tips and tricks for thoughtful email marketing strategies for e-commerce? I
Yeah.
know it's super powerful.
Yeah, definitely. So for your customers that buys online with you, I hope you're capturing their information and putting them into some kind of mailing list, and that's like so super important, right? So so during promotion, do remember to send out your promotion to these people via email as well as push notification at the same time, right? Depending on which one they can react to. So one of the strategies is definitely to send out a weekly newsletter that includes sales information, new content, or even new product drop. For example, let's say if a certain product dropping at a certain time, you're counting down to that drop. You can let them know that you have a new product that's coming up, say in 1 day's time, and then start counting down from there. So it doesn't have to be fancy. Just keep it simple, but it can be very effective having this weekly newsletter. Of course,
Yeah.
you don't just send it out and forget about it. Following up is also very important, right? It's just like any sales. You don't just, connect your leads and then bye bye. You don't talk to them. Following up is super important. You need to keep asking them, how is it? How's the quotation and things like that. I guess same with online as well. Once you have your initial email newsletter sent out, it's important to do some kind of follow up email. Leading them perhaps to the final event or final product drop. So do have your follow up emails sent out as well. And it's also important that in your email you need to provide some kind of incentive, right? It's not just about the promotions that you have, but what is the value, right? What value are you providing in that email? What does the customer get in return? I want to know what's in it for me as a customer. So make sure you give them the right incentive. Perhaps it's a promo code, perhaps it's maybe a special product that's launching that's not anywhere else. Make sure you give them the correct offering and do provide the offering on the spot and make it easy for them to actually apply those promo code. Yeah, so these are some of
Yeah.
the ways that actually help with your email marketing strategies.
Yeah, in fact, it's also important to ensure that you have a feedback tracking mechanism through email marketing, which is very important. Perfect. Moving on. So, what would you suggest to businesses to improve customer interaction on their websites?
Well, if you do not have a chat right now, that's something you should do immediately, right? So if you have an online store, make sure you have some kind of live chat going on. I'm not talking about an email, right? Email where you send an email and then get a reply later. Having an instant chat, if you can, is like super important so the customers can get feedback immediately. There are questions they're asking will be like, hey, this product, is it in stock? Does it have the color that I want? What's the dimension and things like that. So do provide that immediate chat. Now, if you do not have enough manpower to do that, you can simply leverage on AI, where that's all the buzz these days. So have the first level support done by AI, where they can answer basic questions, right? And if let's say those questions cannot be answered, you can always direct those questions to a physical or sorry, a actual agent, right, or a human agent, where he or she can actually help answer those questions. So make sure you have a live chat on your online store. Yeah.
Perfect. I know we have just a few minutes left, and I don't want to disappoint our audience who have asked a few questions. So let's straight away jump into that. And
Sure.
my first question is, which has come from Juliet. So she's asking, how secure is the platform? What is the investment adopting the platform? Chuck.
Right. So how secure is the platform? I mean, there's a lot of different ways the platform is secure. Obviously, these days, we run sites running on SSL. That's the lock that you see when you browse, right? I don't think there's any online store now that's without that lock. So most sites these days will have that lock. That lock is important because all information that's transmitted between you, the customer, from your browser to the server, right? It's actually encrypted. So none of this information are visible. So we call what the man in the middle attack, where they eavesdrop between the conversation between the browser and the server. Even if they get hold of those information, those will be gibberish to them because those information are encrypted. And that's what the lock there does. So that's one level. Second, of course, the key common security flaws, the top 10 security flaws, those would have been addressed. All those, it's a bit technical, things like the what do you call it, the SQL injection, the cross-site scripting, all the common top 10 security flaws would have been addressed in our platform. So that's how secure this platform is. The credit card for your information is never stored on our website, right? So if any credit card that you are keying in is only stored on our partner site. Partner site meaning those payment gateway, those reputable one, like for example, PayPal or Braintree, which is also part of PayPal, and Stripe.com. So these are some of the common payment gateway that we use. Your credit card information is with them, it's not with us. And basically, it's a security stop there. All we have on our system is basically just the last 4 digits so that we can identify which card you're using. We do not have the CVV, the number. We do not have a credit card number. So rest assured, this information is safe.
Wow, thanks for sharing. All right, so next question is from Juliet So, and she's asking, how secure is the platform?
I think that's the question that I
I
addressed earlier on. Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, I just got that question once again. Vanya Tan, she has asked, typically, how long is the onboarding process, and is there training provided to use it?
Well, the onboarding process typically depends on the complexity of the site, right? So typically onboarding will take about 2 sessions, half a session each. So that's about half a day, half a day. So that should be sufficient for the basic onboarding process. Yeah.
Great. And the next is from Felicia Yo, and she's asking, so what platform does XN Interactive provide?
So basically, we provide various types of e-commerce platform. If you want off the shelf, there's Shopify, right? There's also Magento. So these are the different platforms. But if you want something a bit more bespoke, and you want something to be able to integrate with your various ERP system, let's say using SAP or some kind of warehousing management system, where they have robots moving around and collecting all your different things, we can actually do the bespoke as well. So we do customized solution for those cases. Otherwise, if it's going to be a much straightforward e-commerce store, it can be perhaps just on Shopify. Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, my next question is from Sandeep Kumar, and he is asking, hi Chuck, what is the target audience for this solution?
Hi, Sandeep. So the target audience basically for this solution is any business who wants to sell their product online. I mean, who doesn't want to sell their product online these days, right? I think it's important these days to have besides having your brick and mortar, physical store, it's also important to sell these items online as well. So anybody basically who wants to sell their business online, that's number one. Second, for any businesses who want to scale their business online, perhaps now they're on Shopee, Lazada, and they want to be able to scale it. They want to perhaps maybe they want to link it up with their inventory system so they know what's the stock, or link it up with their warehousing system. Create airway bill on the spot. For example, if you need to ship out of Singapore, do any kind of cross border, you need the airway bill. You need to generate those airway bill. That's not something you want to do manually, right? Go generate airway bill and then print it out and then paste on the box and then do all this process manually. So there are automated process to do this part, especially when your business scale. So I would say any customers want to go online, and any customers who want to scale online. That's who we are targeting.
Perfect. Thanks, Chuck. My next question is from Wenji Ang, and the question is, will there be analytics insights on your platform?
Yeah, yes, definitely. So analytics is basically provided. The basic analytics, of course, is your Google Analytics, right, and your conversion to know that what are the products that's most popular and things like that. Besides that, there are also deeper analytics to be able to find out this certain information. So what is the most popular products, and things like that. So analytics will definitely be provided, and those will be provided through integration with your Google Analytics account or your GA4 they call it, right? So any of the information that you see on online store will be fired as events to your Google Analytics. So either ourselves or your existing digital marketing vendor can actually help you make sense of the data once it's inside Google Analytics.
Wow, fantastic. I have a follow-up question from Sandeep again, and he is asking, does this have multiple marketplace integration?
Yes, so that's an option to have multiple marketplace integration, as I mentioned earlier on. So if you are just on your online store, then you can use our system as it is. But if you have different marketplaces like Lazada, Shopee, and Amazon, certainly we do have an option for you to integrate with those different marketplaces. That way, your inventory or your product is pushed from a single source. You don't have to go to Lazada and key in your products, upload the pictures, categorize them, put in the pricing. All those can be done from a single source, which is our platform, to be pushed to these different marketplaces. So that's one. That solves the product inventory problem. The other one you can actually use the centralized system for is to integrate the chat, where you can actually again chat from our single platform to the different marketplaces, so that you don't have to have your agents, hop into the different marketplaces and start chatting with the customers one by one. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Another question is from Rohit, and the question is, what's the advice to youngsters for managing the relations?
Relations with the customers.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess having a customer management system, customer relation management system is very important, right? Your CRM is super important. Your CMS takes care of your content. Your CRM takes care of the customers. So make sure you have a CRM in place. Our solution does have a CRM option as well. For you to key in for you to store all the customer information, important things such as their birthday, their anniversary, and that's a chance for you to push some of the products to them, right? So if it's anniversary, you can sell anniversary related products and so on and so forth. Keeping them in mind, knowing when their birthday is coming up, having the system automatically send them birthday greetings and giving them certain promotion. That's only one way to help with the customer relation. The other thing I talk about is the live chat, right? That's another way to actually engage with the customer, because the customers want to be able to speak to you as they buy. they're not in the online store. If you're in an online store, they can just ask the customer service, say, hey, I need help. But if you're there on online store, you need the same help, right? So you chat with them through your online store, not with a email, like what I said, either with a AI agent or with an actual human agent. That way, there's this interaction and going on, and hopefully that would help improve your relationship with your customers.
Wow, that's fantastic. All right, I have one more question, Chuck, before I let you go. It's from Arian Kwok, and the question is, what are the payment gateway providers you would recommend for e-commerce? And you mentioned the single platform to handle the different touch points, that is iOS, Android, physical. What platform would you recommend?
Okay, sure. I'm not sure if this is the Aaron Kwok from Hong Kong, the superstar. So he is welcome, if not welcome too. So what are the payment gateway providers you recommend for e-commerce? Now, there's a few gateway providers that we do recommend, one of them being Braintree. Braintree is a subsidiary from PayPal, so they are the same company but different in a certain sense. So, if you are going for some kind of cross-border kind of transaction where you need to pay in different currency or offer your store in different countries. Braintree is one of them. The other being Stripe.com. They are a little bit more modern. I feel the APIs and the integrations a little bit more modern. So I think your developers will basically find it more easy to work with if they're working with either Braintree or Stripe.com. So these are the payment gateway that we would recommend. But of course, it depends on your market, right? Whether you're in China, whether you're in Korea. So if you're in Korea, there are different payment gateways. In China, there are different payment gateways. So in a broad sense, globally, it's Braintree and PayPal. For the Android and iOS and Android platform, which we recommend. So in terms of the development, obviously some kind of hybrid approach, what we call hybrid development. So we don't develop natively in iOS nor or Android because that takes a lot more time, and time I think is important for business owner. Of course, technically, ideally, if you have the budget and the time, going native would be better because but we are in the real world, right? We all live in the real world, so unfortunately, having a more hybrid approach to this development would be better. Yeah.
Oh, wow. The questions pouring, and I really want to address all of them, but let's take just one more and rest we will take offline. There's one more question, which is from
So
Sivakumar Pillai.
how can we answer the question online? Perhaps we should let them know first so that we can address those questions one at a time. Is there a way we can answer this question offline? Um, Maybe I would recommend that the QR code that you saw early on, you can actually fill that up. There's a message box below. You can actually send those questions to us. We will definitely get back to you with regards to those questions.
Wow, Chuck, you are a real giver. Thank you so much. My audience would love that. So let's take one more question, which is from Sivakumar Pilli. And the question is, what is the best what are the best practices in e-commerce for ROI, return on investment, and its calculation?
I'm afraid this question I have to ask my business, advisor regarding this. I'm more of a technical expertise and e-commerce specialist on this matter. With regards to ROI, I think maybe I can consult and then get back to Siva, right, with this question. Yeah, Siva, if you don't mind, could you, drop in your email address, or you can just send us your question in the contact us form. I'll definitely get back to you with regards to this.
Perfect. Makes great sense. In fact, thank you so much to everyone who have joined us today and asked so many questions. We are definitely going to be answering some of them offline as well, but really grateful to all of you, and a big thank you to my guest and a dear friend, Chuck Eo, founder of XN Interactive, for coming on today and making it a super successful session. Chuck, any last words from you?
I want to say thank you for the opportunity to be your speaker today. Do visit us on the Ixon Interactive website at ixon-interactive.com, where you can see more case study as well as learn more about our services. So to everyone, I say I appreciate your participation and have a great day ahead.
Thank you. Thanks, Chuck. In fact, I keep following Chuck's post on LinkedIn, and I get tons of value out of it. So you might want to just follow him or connect with him on LinkedIn. And that's how you will be consistently getting all the updates and new tips and tricks around e-commerce, mobile app, and web development. Thank you so much, guys. You take care, and we will be back for the next episode very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye bye.